ladies and gentlemen. We are the Millie Goats. I'm AK. J-Vi is here. It is episode 351. We are on a different night. We're on a Thursday night as opposed to Wednesday due to the holiday. But we did do a show last night, so check that out. We recapped the Cotton Bowl, where the ACC is clearly one of the best conferences in football. Those arguments are so stupid. It's January 1st, 2026. J-Vi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What's your resolution? Win more bets.
Hey, I ended the year by winning my last bet.
Hey,
I have not placed a bet in the new year, but I hope to continue to win them.
that means you haven't lost, though.
Yeah.
Means you haven't lost. Let us be the first to wish you and yours happy National Bloody Mary Day. Those are I'm not a big Bloody Mary guy. They're the number one brunch cocktail in the U.S. Take that, mimosas.
Really?
In your face. Yeah. Vodka, tomato juice, lemon juice, Worcester sauce, cayenne, and salt. And then, there's obviously the people who put an entire, all-star breakfast on top of it.
I mean, they put the celery, they put the shish kebabs, they do everything in those things.
Dude, the student section of the Ole Miss game right now looks absolutely outrageous. It's the same dude over and over and over again. Frat guy wearing a powder blue shirt with really, 7-inch waist.
But it might not be the same guy. They just all look the same.
Exactly.
And it was funny because, my wife went to Georgia. She grew up 30 minutes from Athens. She's been a dog her whole life. And it was we had a good laugh because the opening shot was a Georgia fan, and it was a Bubba. It was a dude that's beard hadn't been trimmed in 4 years. It was hanging down to his nips. He had a raggedy Georgia shirt on, and then they showed a clip of the old Miss fans, and it was like you said, quarter zip, shirt tucked in, Sperry's. like couldn't have been more.
18 at the local municipal country club.
That dude also got lit up.
Dude, that reminded me of the dude on the boat right there that just falls. Like he just straight back. Holy cow, dude! There's some
mouthpiece.
There's some hitting going on. So currently, if you're listening to the podcast, thank you. Subscribe to all the channels. Subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube, all that stuff. Thank you. The numbers we're doing are outrageous. Like, it's hard to stop doing this. We're never going to stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. But the way that the numbers are going has been incredible, especially with the college football season. So we appreciate everybody.
If you're a Georgia player, somebody on Georgia's team's got to stand over him and pull the Friday, and you got knocked the F out.
Oh yeah, but it was with his shoulder, got his head out of the way. So we got Georgia and Ole Miss. We're going to recap as much as we can of that one as that one kind of goes on. We're not going to get to the end of that one, but for the rest of the show, it's going to be pretty. It's pretty cut and dry, dude. It's
the way we've been going, we might get to the end of it.
It's true. Well, they made me watch the 49ers game the other day, and what happened is the show ended on Sunday night. The script was over, and so I was there I was basically naked, so to speak, without any of my notes or pictures. And so we're sitting there, they're just watching me sweat it out as the 49ers beat the Bears on Sunday night. Shout out us. So,
what's crazy about that is we hadn't got to talk about that. And I did not stay awake. I was so tired. I went to sleep. But I saw highlights of that. And is Ben Johnson actually hurting Caleb Williams?
Okay.
Because if he was allowing Caleb Williams to be Caleb Williams, then Caleb Williams would have found and thrown it to DJ Smith all the way across the field off his back foot.
You mean DJ Moore?
Yeah, DJ Moore. And they would have beat the Niners.
Well, the 49ers threw him for a loop. They were running red 2 or some sort of red coverage where they fake blitz and everybody just backed off except for two people. And so they were running a bunch of crossers and there was nowhere for him to throw the football.
Yeah, but except for DJ Moore all the way across the field.
Yeah, I did see that.
That's what I'm saying. That's a pass that he makes. That's his go-to pass.
So is Ben Johnson hurting Caleb Williams? That's an interesting take.
Yeah, just a thought.
So we're going to talk about the 3 college football playoff games. We're pretty much going to take up a chunk of the show, and then we're because of the holiday stuff. I haven't been on my game with the graphics because of traveling and stuff. So we haven't done upset advisory. We haven't done the picks of the week, but we do have our bowl season update. We're going to go over that. We're going to talk NFL Saturday. We're going to preview. We're just going to talk about it. We're not going to go like break down every game. Maybe we will, but and we also got some sights and sounds from bowl season this week. So we got some stuff to talk about. So let's. Do you like Bloody Marys?
No,
Yeah.
I'm a mimosa guy. Actually, I mean, I'll drink a mimosa. I'm not gonna be the one that orders one. If other people at the table aren't ordering mimosas, I'll order a mimosa. But I don't do Bloody Marys. I don't know. Not a big tomato guy, so tomato juice.
There's a lot of acidity in that, dude. Worcestershire sauce, cayenne. I mean, better come with a Tums.
And I'm I'm not a big breakfast guy, so maybe that has something to do with it. Like I don't want a bacon drink, with celery and lamb chops on top of tomato juice and vodka.
They're not going to get it off.
Something about it, hard liquor too in the morning. Break me in a little bit with some champagne or.
If you put orange juice in something, you're like, hey, this is breakfast.
Yeah.
Like tomato stuff is like dinner as far as I'm concerned. West Philly Black on YouTube says Eagles expose the Bills and repeat as Super Bowl champions.
Look, has he not seen a single Bills game earlier? The Eagles, the one Eagles player, I don't know who it was, but the one Eagles player that got the quarterback sack on Josh said that he remembered watching the Will Anderson clip of him not sacking Josh, getting back up, running back after him, and sacking Josh, and that played in his mind. So, if anything, the Texans exposed the Bills. But look, the Eagles got away with one because the Bills didn't lose that game. Josh Allen lost that game, so my big board bet is still alive. Eagles fans are delusional. We all know that.
Yeah, facts. They're not repeating. Are you kidding me? Have you seen the Eagles-Bills game was like the Eagles can't put a half together, and the Bills
Eagles
only
didn't have
200.
The Eagles against the Bills' awful defense in the
second half.
Against the Bills' awful defense, didn't have more than 200 yards total.
They didn't complete a pass in the second half.
Yeah.
How do you not complete a pass in the second half? What are you, Army?
The Eagles' offense today looked like Texas Tech's offense.
Dude, that's bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's okay. Look, holiday season's over. That means after football calms down, if you order a hat, we'll get it to you. Shout out at howdy.hats.enc for the row pass for the flat bills. Got our logo on the front. We will get you those as soon as we can after football's over. Right now, our shipping department is a little bit preoccupied. There you go. That's what it looks like. We're both repping our teams because the NFL playoffs are pretty much upon us. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But let's hit some Salute Your Sports music, and let's talk about these games.
Okay.
Do it. First game up. I talked about this in length last night. So I don't really have too much to say other than what I said last night. But if you have anything that you want to add to Miami taking down Ohio State 24-14 in a very impressive defensive battle.
Yeah, but to me, that's not really that big of an upset. I mean, Ohio State did what we have been saying on this podcast. More in particular, what I have been saying on this podcast all year long. It's like Ohio State didn't play anybody the entire year. The three toughest opponents they played, they scored 14 points, they scored 13 points, they scored 14 points. They played a bunch of cupcakes other than that, and they scored 40 points.
Well, this is what happens whenever you expand the conferences outrageously huge because you don't get a true test of like common opponents between people in your conference because nobody's playing the same people.
Well,
so
we kind of knew who Indiana was and Oregon was because they played each other. Yeah. We didn't know who Ohio State was because they didn't play either one of them.
Yeah.
It's like until you start you're going to dog the SEC, but like We knew who Georgia was. They played Ole Miss. They played Alabama. They played teams that who made it to the playoffs though.
Yeah.
Ohio State didn't play those teams. Miami, they played a team that everybody thinks should have gotten into the playoffs. Yeah, they stumbled along the way.
It is funny that they lost to Louisville and SMU, but at the same time, the ACC is having a hell of a bowl season right now.
Look, I go back to 2000. I go back to 2007. App State, we beat Michigan. We lost 2 games that year. We lost to Wofford. We lost to Georgia Southern at home. We hadn't lost a home game in 5 years, and we lost a home game that year. But we were still able to get past that and win a national championship. I think it's like what you say. It's like play the game. The playoffs are working. There's a 10 seed. There's a 10 seed in the Final Four. If there was a 10 seed in the Final Four of the men's basketball tournament, people would be going crazy about it.
Yeah. It is. It's working. Like, that's what I said last night. I was like, thank you to Miami for, like, I was against Miami getting in. But now having watched them play, I'm telling you, man, they have dudes everywhere. They have got a bunch.
They're fast.
There were a lot of athletes on that field between Ohio State and Miami, dude. That was
that wide receiver, Malachi Tony, was incredible. Freshman?
Yeah.
Kidding me? Freshman, 2 freshmen have dominated the playoffs. Malachi Tony and then that DB for Oregon.
Oregon, dude. Yes. Finney, he was everywhere. Carson Beck's 14-3 against ranked opponents. The only thing about this game is the Cotton Bowl trophy sucks. It looks like a chromosome. Like we gotta get it. And I didn't know that the referee called the coin toss. That was one of my biggest gripes. Also, they had that stupid scorebook thing where it would flash yellow between downs to change the down. You thought a flag was coming, so they fixed that today. So thank goodness they did that. But I think it goes to say that we didn't know how good Julian Salan was. We knew that Ohio State's defense was for real because they have all the players. Like, they got a bunch of studs. They got Matt Patricia. But, was Julian Salan good enough? It didn't look like he was.
No.
Honestly.
No,
a lot of all whites uniforms, too. Ole Miss is going all white. Miami's going all white. Oregon was basically all white. I don't like it. So, also, shout out to the running back for Miami, too. He's a freak show. And they had the weird Brian Hartline situation. Ohio State.
I didn't think that he was coaching at all. I thought that's why Ryan Day was taking over play calling, because I didn't think he'd be there at all. But, I mean, geez, his stock just rose.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I just now saw the Gunnar Stockton hit.
Yeah, he got laid out.
Holy cow, dude.
That was the touchdown pass.
Holy cow.
To the 1 yard line when he threw it to 32, the running back.
Yeah. Who seems to catch a touchdown in every single big game. The 49ers haven't won a Super Bowl in 32 years, and the Bills have never won a Super Bowl. Hey, we'll find out this year, won't we? Yet, West Philly. Snowman Multimedia says, how about those Big Ten champion Hoosiers?
Dude, they look good.
Golly, dude.
If I was handing out a trophy today, they'd get it.
Yes. Okay. Anything else on?
No, I don't know. I'm not a big Carson Beck guy, but I'd rather see Carson Beck win than Ohio State win.
How mad is Notre Dame right now? Whenever they were just kicking the teeth in Ohio State.
Notre Dame lost to him too. Like, I don't know.
There's a lot of people. But I mean, this is again, I was saying this like you just said it. It's like the college football playoff is working. I said last night, I was like, it's like a prime rib, man. Like, the prime rib is awesome. You just don't mess it up. The only way it can get messed up is if you mess it up. It's simple. You look at this beautiful piece of meat, which is college football, and you season it. And then you prep the oven and you let it rest. And then you put it in the oven and you leave the oven closed. You don't open it up and stick the thermometer in and season it more and keep da-da-da. You just put it in there. You know it's going to be great because it's always great. Yeah. And then you take it out and you feast. And that's what it's doing. It's like this playoff will be awesome because of the way college football is set up now with NIL transfers. Like, the Alabamas who were the power for 10 to 15 years, like they look terrible, and they're going to sit there and tell you like, oh, Indiana's a lock. I'm like, last year they didn't want any part of Indiana in the playoff. Don't let those people fool you. Stand up
No.
there. They don't want them in there. If they
Well,
had
and they got beat by 20 in the playoffs. So it was like, see, told you they shouldn't have been in here. Same with SMU.
yeah, but it's like Alabama goes and gets beat 38-3, and JMU put up a better game than freaking Texas Tech did against Oregon. Like, it's so nearsighted to just every game be like, see, this is why this playoff sucks. This is why, and then try to change it every single game. You can't do that. You just like we had no teams with a first round bye that had won the first year, and then we were 0-2 this year. And now it looks like Georgia and Indiana are going to win. So that's going to change if you get the right teams in there. Like you're going to have lower seeded teams like Miami
But
what?
never mind. I was gonna say, but those two teams had buys last year, but Indiana actually played in the first round last year.
So it's just like you can't change the rules after every single game. Like you just can't have a freak out after every single time.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. And guess what? Better teams are going to lose sometimes. That's how it goes. That's football, dude.
It honestly, this time of the year, it's who is better on that day. I mean, you can put all your stats, whatever. It's a one game, winner goes, losers out. Who is better on that day?
Yeah, and
it might be JMU. Like it might be. Like it might be Miami, a 10 seed, beat the 2 seed. But come on, like we also said, and you can check the tape on this, that after Ohio State lost to Indiana, they shouldn't have just dropped to 1. They should have at least dropped to 4.
Yeah.
And whatever you can say, you're not supposed to be punished by your conference championship, but they were the only team that lost in the conference championship. Like the other 2 teams still won their conference championship, so they should have been rewarded to move up a spot. And because Ohio State lost, yes, that is punishing them, but there's not being punished a bye week. They're still getting their bye. So you're still giving them that advantage. But like they were the worst of the 4, and we knew that. We said that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just infuriating that they just keep wanting to change the rules and stuff. It's just like JMU could be good that day, but good teams lose.
JMU put up 34 points at Oregon, not at a neutral site.
You just held
Oregon,
the second most prolific team in the country, to 0 points.
Yes.
So it's like
people are saying that JMU was a better game than Texas Tech. People are saying.
I mean, you could say. I mean, we might have said that. Other people might have said that. The internet's ablaze by ripping the SEC to shreds, by ripping the College Football Playoff Committee, because you got all these people up there just saying that they ripped again. They're so nearsighted. They have to react. JMU should Group of 5 never should have been there. Let's poop all over them at the so that maybe the SEC or whoever will like us more. And it's like, dude, this is the playoffs. The best teams don't win every time. You have to play the games eventually.
Yeah, don't give me the icing. I want to taste the cake.
Yeah, you can't just vote teams as far as you want them to go and be like, well, this team would have been better on a neutral. It's like, no, that's what the beauty of the playoffs is. Exactly what this is.
That's kind of my issue. And it's like, I don't like, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you a way to fix it because I don't know how to fix it. But like, football is a game of momentum. Like, you can't sit here and be like, well, Ohio State is typically good, so like, let's just put them in the playoffs. Like,
yeah,
what have they actually done? Like, are they even playing well? It is about peaking. Like, there's like, we can get into this later, but I look at like Jacksonville and I look at Houston, and like those teams are playing exceptionally well right now, but they've also been playing exceptionally well for 10 games.
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to continue that for 3 more games in the playoffs? Like, eventually, like, they're not going to play their best game. Are they still going to be able to win? And now's when the time it matters. And we saw what Ohio State did against a good team in Indiana in the Big Ten championship. Did we really think that they were going to be able to be like, oh, we didn't play that well in the Big Ten, we're going to be able to play exceptionally well in the playoffs? No, You're as good as your last game.
Yeah.
And their last game was shit.
Well, they went like 4 or 5 or 6 quarters or however many quarters it was without scoring any points.
Right. And
that's what the knock was on Ohio State is like, you've got this all-world defense, right? You know what I'm saying? And then you've got this offense that we don't – I mean, yeah, they got 2 really good receivers, but is Julian saying that good? I don't know. And clearly, you know, it's a game – these games are also razor thin, dude. Like Julian Sand made the mistake that you cannot make. He threw a pick 6.
Yeah.
Like that put him down 14-0. And Miami's defense was just the offensive and defensive lines for Miami.
And they knew exactly what that call was when it was played.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, he was there waiting on that pass.
They took a sack before that too. Like they had a negative play after the big play to Jeremiah Smith. Then they took a sack. And that cornerback or that DB or whatever it was, number 0, was all over that, dude.
He was waiting on that pass.
But it was just so refreshing to see this, like a blue blood, right? Like Ohio State, the Alabamas, like they're no longer the ones that get voted and preferential treatment because you have to play the games. And that's great. That's what you want. As a fan, like I don't want people lecturing me on who would beat who in certain situations at certain times in certain stadiums. I want you to let the conferences and the games speak for themselves. So,
yeah.
But anyways, it was a great game. Like that was an awesome New Year's Eve game for the most part because it was close until the end. Like it was incredible. That was a NFL draft game because there were dudes out there that are going to be playing on Sundays.
Yeah.
Those two defensive people. Oh yeah. B. McCormick's here on YouTube. But he's also here on Rumble. Dude's double dipping. The guy's an athlete. Cream Cheesecake says the Eagles are not repeating. Sirianni and Patullo are going to end up having that team sink in the divisional round. Dude, the Eagles are the weirdest team ever, dude. They're weird. So, but also, Big Cat. Shout out to they flashed the graphic on Malachi Toney, who had 89 receptions and no drops. Why would you do that to that man?
He dropped it.
He fumbled like the next play. You can't do that. That's on the
that's the announcer jink for kickers.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said in Big Cat's comment. I was like, that's like saying a kicker hasn't missed inside 40 yards all year.
Yep, it's the announcer kicker jink.
So, but anyways, it was a fun game. I enjoyed the Miami game. That was a nice.
I think too is like former players and guys that enjoy football is like you like watching good players play. I think that's kind of like, at least for me, why I enjoy the NFL more so now than I did ever before. Is because you like watching good football players play football, just like you like watching a really good golfer play golf. It's just that much better.
Yep.
And these were good football players making good football plays, and it makes it more enjoyable to watch than when you watch a bunch of drops.
I like defensive. I like a 24-14, 17 game that's really defensive. Like there's people hitting, and you can tell yards are at a premium compared to what we watched Sunday night, where everybody's like, that was the game of the year. I'm like, I don't like watching NBA football. Like,
nobody stopped anybody.
I don't like that. So that's just me. Okay. On to the Orange Bowl. The Oregon Ducks win 23-0 in a game that was pretty much a 2-possession game the entirety of the game until Texas Tech tried to push the ball down the field.
They scored with like 5 seconds left.
Yeah. So it was pretty much 16-0, really 13-0 for most of the game. But I'm telling you right now, dude.
Oregon scored. To me, the game was 9-0.
Yeah.
Like if you really look at it, like Oregon got a turnover that they ran back to the 5-yard line. They punched in for a touchdown, and then they scored the touchdown late when it was already over. Like Texas's defense held Oregon to 9 points.
Yes.
You should expect to win every single time your defense does that.
Dude, Texas. So the things I wrote down initially were the shadows at Hard Rock stink. Aesthetics wise, that's a hard place. I took, and they fixed the score bug in this game. I was watching. They didn't do the yellow score bug that made it think you were flagged. But my question was: is Miami is this stadium in this city Are they really a football city, Miami? I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about you built a stadium that's really hard to watch a football game in.
Well,
I
we
don't
talked
know.
about this in the group chat too, and there's too many other things to do. I mean, first of all, the stadium is in Fort Lauderdale, so it's about 20 miles north of Miami. So it's a bit to get there. But even if you do go to Fort Lauderdale, I'm not sure exactly if they took the club out when they did a renovation, but before the renovation, there was an actual club in there, and like you could see it. It was in one of the end zones at the club level. There was a club, and it would be strobe lights going. Like it was crazy. So there's something to do in the stadium other than watch football. And there's a casino right down the road. The Hard Rock Casino is right down the street. So I mean, you know us, like let the boys throw some bets in.
Hey now. Nothing like riding the parlay with the boys.
Yeah.
That is such a fun rooting interest together.
Shout out Edge last night too. We did a little get together New Year's Eve at Edge's house. And Edge he could throw a rock and cross the North Carolina border.
Oh, that's what I forgot you were at Edge's. I was like, what do you mean you're going? I got it now.
Edge waited on me to go to the store to get the things we needed to have the New Year's Eve party, so we could do a parlay together, and it cashed. Shout out Edge.
Even better. Look, man, that's
shout out Edge. Last bet of the year.
Love that. There's nothing like, hey, what are we doing? So I'll put it in together, and then let's watch the game together so we can all root for the same stuff.
Now, I will knock Edge for this because, every time I bring him up, I got to bring him back down a little bit. For the first 2 hours we were there, he had his TV on mute. And I kept asking his wife, I was like, does he know it's on mute or it's like he's still deaf from the war? Like, I didn't know because it was just like, it was on mute the whole time. It's like looking at him. I'm like, am I the only one here that knows that there's no sound coming out of this TV? But he finally asked me, he goes, you want to hear this? And I was like, yeah, that'd be good. And I told him, I was like, I didn't know if you knew it was on mute or not.
Oh my gosh. Let me get a little synopsis, but Miami, the whole. Also, Dan Lanning. I don't think Dan Lanning should be wearing white shirts that are like skin tight. I'm not a man to talk about another man's body, but maybe wear a black shirt, Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
In the holidays, hey, but some people don't like Dan Lanning. I mean, if you're a Texas Tech fan, how disgusted are you?
Well, you can only be mad at yourself.
Yeah.
You can only be mad. I said this in the group message. Somebody on that defense is going to try to fight somebody on the offense at Texas Tech's locker room at halftime. That's how bad they were playing.
I don't know if they should have fought the offensive coordinator. I don't know what that game plan was. The first quarter, the first half, Texas Tech had 20 plays for 88 yards, and they had the ball for 7.5 minutes.
Yeah,
that's compared to
they were
Oregon's
down 6-0.
It was their defense is out. Their front seven is unreal.
Yeah.
Like
there was a lot of guys that are going to be playing on Sunday playing defense in that game too.
Yes, number 31, number 2, the 2 linebackers. Like, dude, Texas Tech had some dudes, and shout out their defensive coordinator who had the Neo glasses from the Matrix. Like they kept showing him, and I'm like, that guy's living in 1995.
Yeah,
and he's doing some Keanu Reeves type shit on the play calls. But I cannot believe, like, I just couldn't believe how bad Texas Tech's off. But that's what we said all year, though. If you remember on this show, I said I've always been worried about Texas Tech's red zone offense.
Yeah.
What they was a big play waiting to happen, but they could never sustain drives. That's what it looked like.
I mean, you said that again. You said that after the BYU game.
Yeah,
early in the season.
I did. I was watching the game, and I'm like, Texas Tech's offense is not very creative. It's not very multiple. It's just they will hit you for a big play, and then the wheels start going. But Oregon literally was like, you are not going to go deep. Like there is no way we're letting you play. I mean, they were dropping people off all over the place.
Well, and not a knock on you or us by any means, but like if you know that and are seeing that, a good defensive-minded coach also
Oh.
sees that too, and Oregon took advantage of it.
Yeah, 100%. They didn't blitz. They just said, we're going to play way back here. You are not going downfield. And we're fast enough that when you throw that stupid little dump pass,
Yeah.
we're coming for your face.
Yeah, we're fast
So,
enough to get to the outside too. I mean, they run well side to side.
yes. That was the biggest question we
And
had at the end of the year.
DJ Ugalele, whatever's brother, is a lot better than he is.
Dude, he ripped in the set. Was it the second quarter?
He was the one that created that turnover that got the touchdown.
Yeah.
The first touchdown.
It was the third quarter. That was in the third quarter. I have it all written. Yeah, so the first quarter, Texas Tech's defense had 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. The second quarter, we had the fake punt by Oregon. Then you had the terrible 4th and goal call by Oregon where they did that little rollout with 2 route concepts. And then the cornerback, Finney, was absolutely ridiculous. And it could have scored again before the half, Oregon, but they had that bad snap that rolled past the quarterback. And in the third quarter, you made the statement of Texas Tech's got to have a get right drive. They got to do something.
They needed to start the halftime with a get right drive. They went 3 and out, or they might have thrown a pick or something. Then their defense held Oregon on a 4th down.
Yep.
They had a second chance at a get right drive, and I think that's when the interception that got returned to the 5 happened. Yeah. And then Oregon scored, and it was over after that.
They had a chance to get back in the game, but the dude threw a pick in the end zone because the number 1, the receiver, what was his name? I can't remember what his name was. Number 1 for Texas Tech. I can't remember what his name was. He ran it was supposed to be a hitch corner, right?
Right.
You got twins left. It's a hitch corner. And I think they had, it looked like, I don't know what they were running. They had 3 DBs over there. They had it kind of bracketed.
It was trips left. The was it a slant? Was it a hitch slant corner? Might have been.
I think it was.
And yeah, the outside guy just trotted off the ball though. He didn't sell it at all.
He didn't get up into Finney at all. And Finney was like, Finney just kind of was like, oh, I'm standing here. And all of a sudden he just fell off. Like the number 1 on the outside receiver, I'm sure he's going to watch that film and be like, what the hell kind of route
coach
was that?
is letting him have it.
You got to get up on him and make him. We're throwing it to where that guy is. And that was a great play by Finney, I don't agree with Oregon going for it. Oregon going for it on 4th down late in the third quarter. Like at that point, it was 13-0, and it's like, Dan Lanning, you've watched Texas Tech offense do nothing all day. At this point, you've gone for it 6 times already. I think you can punt it and be assured that Baron Morton is not going to do anything. So, but they did. They went for it, and they gave him life, and then they went down there, and I can't remember what happened on that drive, but nothing good happened. So,
I think, though, that is like you were saying, is like they were so scared about a big play that they were like, we'd rather try and keep the ball out of their hands than them be able to do a big play against us.
Yeah. But again, if we can see that, I mean, Dan Lanning knows that. He's one of the best defensive minds in football. So, anyways, Texas Tech, the burrito guy's safe. They're not going to be ranked number 1.
He got lucky.
What a terrible, terrible way to end if you're Texas Tech. Like, I was all in on Texas Tech. I was like, this defense is for real. I completely forgot.
They proved that.
They were phenomenal. But Baron Morton and that offensive scheme, whatever that was. And secondly, the running back, Dickey, you got to stop. He fumbled. You got to stop spinning, dude. He spins way too much.
Yeah. He's like a dad that's just trying to play video games and hang out with his kids and doesn't know what he's doing.
We had multiple conversations in the group chats about that. Even people's wives were saying, "No, who's number 8? The guy, he's doing too much."
Yeah.
So, big win for Oregon. So we get a rematch. We get Oregon and Indiana. So,
I don't like the rematches in the playoffs.
I don't either. I don't like it.
Do an NFL reseed. Worst team still available plays the top team.
Another Texas team sucks. Aztecs. Bailey says go Hawks. Absolutely not. No. Bailey Boo? No.
Wow.
We're rivals right now, you and I.
What if she was talking about? What if they were talking about the Iowa Hawkeyes?
Good point. The Brandon Finney, the cornerback for Oregon, defensive player of the game, phenomenal.
As he should have.
Now we move to the Rose Bowl and Indiana. God, dude. It was an absolute monster. Indiana wins 38-3. Alabama benches their quarterback. DeBoer's looking like a complete buffoon on the sidelines. way too close of a color combination, so you didn't know who had the crowd advantage in the stands. They had to squeegee the field. The Rose Bowl grass and the aesthetics on TV are still the best in college football. Like, I don't know what it is, but watching the Rose Bowl grass or watching a game on the Rose Bowl grass is phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree. And I was confused about the rain because I can't remember a time ever watching a Rose Bowl game where it wasn't like sunny and the most beautiful day ever.
Yeah. It got there at the end.
Yes.
But this game, dude, Indiana, like, their offensive line's really good. I mean, one of their offensive linemen, I think it was the center, won offensive player of the game.
No, it was the offensive line. They gave
the whole offensive line?
Yeah, they gave it to the whole offensive line.
Well, shoot, dude, they ran for like 200 yards.
Yeah, Alabama just didn't seem like they wanted to be there.
That's what they've seemed like the last, 4 weeks.
Yeah, well, except for when they played Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They were down 17. They scored 17 in one quarter, and then it was a dogfight. But but maybe that was just the revenge game factor of it. But I think Indiana's just good.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, all their players are from JMU.
Yeah.
They have a lot of transfers. They got a lot of players that that weren't recruited heavily, and Cignetti just, like, is he the best coach in college football?
I mean, you could debate that.
Who else would you put up there?
Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby Smart. Agreed.
Dan Lanning, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Dan
They
Lanning.
reload.
Also, going back to the Miami game, Mario Cristobal exercised some demons, dude. He's usually in the late stage of games. He has a throwing up all over himself problem. But Alabama, like, dude, can you imagine being? I want Paul Feinbaum. We need to listen to his show tomorrow and just listen to the Alabama fans calling in. Like, that'll be the greatest entertainment of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're an SEC guy, dude. What do you think? I mean,
I told you from the get-go I didn't think Alabama should have made it. They had lost 3 games. They should have lost, 4 or 5 coming down the stretch. They got lucky on a few games. Like, I don't know. I didn't think that they looked good. And I think that's where the SEC or the committee needs to get better. And like what we talked about a little bit earlier is like, who's actually playing well right now? When it came down to the playoffs, and I'll get ripped for this. This could go viral. I'll get ripped for this. When it comes down to it, I know Alabama made the SEC championship, but they weren't playing well. A Duke team who won the ACC championship was actually playing well. Like, you could have put a Duke team in front of Alabama just by the way they were playing at the time of the season when the playoffs starts. I'm not saying, because Alabama's legacy, they get in because of their legacy, and they
have all the players, and look at them, and hypothetically
they should have been in hypothetically. But like, they weren't playing well at the end of the season, and they had 3 losses. Like, I just don't think Alabama should have gotten in, and I don't think Duke should have gotten in. So I don't want to be taking that out of context. But Duke was playing well at the end of the season. They won the ACC championship. They won their bowl game. Like, they were starting to click more so than Alabama was, and I think that things like that should be taken into consideration when you're playing. Again, not that I think Notre Dame should have gotten in, but Notre Dame was playing better football at the end of the season than Alabama was playing.
Well, I think that's the issue with what they've created, right? Like, they've created a Alabama or the SEC, and some of these schools get to schedule, tough out-of-conference games early. Then they play their SEC schedule, so the games before that don't matter, right? The games like, they played those, you get rewarded, and then they play cupcakes at the end of the year. Like, you should be elevating your team and your schedule and your demand as the season goes on, so that you're ready for the playoffs. Like, who did Alabama play before they played in the SEC title game? I mean, Auburn.
Right? They almost lost. They should have lost.
Like,
then they lost to Oklahoma. Then they should have lost to Auburn. They got beat by Georgia. They lost 2 of the 3 last games of the season.
Yeah, so they played Eastern. So they played LSU, then they played Oklahoma, where they lost. Then they played Eastern Illinois, then they played Auburn, then they played Georgia, and then they played Oklahoma again. So it's like the SEC gets they put all their quote unquote tough games in the middle of the year, and then kind of fall off by having that 1 week where they're just playing nobodies. You know what I mean? And it's like you should be going upward, and games at the end of the year should matter. But like at the end of the year in the SEC, it doesn't seem like that. And then they get to the end of the year and be like, yeah, but 2 months ago we played so-and-so, or at the beginning of the year, Texas played Ohio State. It's like, dude, that was 3 months ago, man.
Yeah.
And you lost. Like,
Yeah.
So you can't get the credit for playing them and losing. Like, that's not how it works. So, but who cares about Indiana?
Yeah. The story's about how well Indiana play.
Mendoza's good, dude. You like Mendoza?
I don't mind him. I haven't watched enough of Indiana to like fall in love with him. But, hearing him talk and seeing the features I've seen on him, like, I don't know. Like, he seems like he's got it all there. Seems like he prepares himself to do well. And when he has faced adversity, he's stood it in the face. He's gotten up. Like,
Nobody
he
better,
hasn't.
I would
Right.
say.
So, I mean, he's taken some big hits on some big throws that he's had to
Like that
keep drives alive and to win
Ohio
games.
State.
Yeah, and against Penn State. He got knocked a couple times in Penn State.
P. McCormick says you're a Blue Devils fan.
Hey.
And a Mendoza fan. P. McCormick's keeping tabs, dude. Put it on the big board. Tim says their quarterback seems like he smokes carrots.
I've never smoked a carrot, so I don't know what that's like. But
I don't know what it is with Mendoza and his post-game press. They're entertaining as hell. But he's got something about him where he's just like his mouth or his brain is not fast enough, or his mouth's not fast enough for his brain. Like, you can tell that he's really excited to give credit to his guys, but he doesn't know what to say about his guys. And he's yelling and uses his arms.
Look, in the TV business, you say that the camera is the fourth wall in the room.
Yeah.
Because that's, you can see all the other three. And when you look at the camera, when you're doing something like that, or when you're acting, you say, don't break the fourth wall. Like, don't look at the camera. And he is constantly breaking that fourth wall. He stares at the camera, and it just bothers me. I don't know why. I can't, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it.
He doesn't have volume control either. Like, he doesn't, like, he just, like, if you put him out, it's like Kelly Clarkson's Christmas album.
Well, it's like your 5-year-old child has control of the volume in the car, and it's like you don't know what part of the song is gonna be loud.
You don't do it that loud when you're that close, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like Kelly Clarkson's Christmas album. It's like, hey, everybody, gather around the tree. We're gonna put some nice Christmas music on while we decorate cookies and decorate the tree. And Kelly Clarkson comes on and and you're like, good God Almighty, dude! Like, what happened to Chestnuts? No, it's just she just starts screaming in your face. So,
but I will say, I like about him, he's a guy that is in touch with his emotions. He's not afraid. He's not afraid to wear it on his sleeve. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't mind that.
Calls his offensive linemen the Hoggies.
Yeah, his brother's on the team.
Tim goes, how dare you slander Kelly? Look, I have a hard dude. Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson. I got hard opinions on. Like, they can sing. They are super talented. Their music is just not for me. They yell a lot. It's just not for me.
AK likes Ariana Grande, Santa Tell Me.
No,
it's his favorite Christmas song.
No, The Temptations, Silent Night, best Christmas song ever. Secondly, the dude who was singing on the Nashville New Year's Eve party last night.
Which one?
Gosh,
Jason Aldean?
No, he had
Hardy.
Hardy's. I
didn't know Hardy. Hardy might need Ozempic. I didn't know he was that big.
That dude's hoss right now.
Yeah.
I don't think he used to be. That's the thing.
Hossy.
Dude, Hoggies. Speaking of Hoggies, dude, no, what was that guy's name? He sung the terrible version of Stand By Me. I sent it to the group. Steven Wilson or something.
I didn't see that.
Doesn't move his mouth at all. I don't know what in the world that guy's doing. He said he doesn't believe in time. Anyways, Alabama had 193 total yards of offense. Indiana had 407. Indiana ran the ball for 215 yards. That's why they got the offensive line. You know what? Also, shout out to the refs. They've been letting these boys play. There was only 2 penalties in the Rose Bowl. There were only 2 penalties in the Cotton Bowl. Let them play.
Yeah, it was like the first penalty accepted of the game was like in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Look who's here. He said, "Love an Alabama loss. Country roads take me homes." He's in mourning right now.
Yeah.
Chiefs are done. Saw him today. Chiefs are done. I told him he could join the Niners bandwagon.
Because Mahomes got hurt. If Mahomes wouldn't have got hurt, they'd still be in.
Okay. All right.
Is that what he said? That's what I heard he said.
Shout out to Becker, the receiver for Indiana. Number 80. Dude's a freak show. He's been really good the last month. Do you think Indiana can win it all? I mean, they're going to play Oregon.
I mean, I think they can. I don't know if they will. I think they can.
Who's
crazy. Better than them?
Oregon's healthy now. Oregon was banged up for most of the year. People forget. So that's going to be a slugfest.
Indiana's a team of destiny. Do you mess with destiny?
But I really like Oregon's quarterback too. I like Dante Moore.
Yeah, he was like 21 of 25.
He's a player now.
At one point today.
He's a player. I like him. But I'm saying Oregon's healthy. So
look, like I said, hey, I didn't say they would win it, but I said I could see them winning it.
Yeah.
Is that game Oregon Indiana the national championship game?
No, because Miami's playing good. Oh, come on, B. McCormick. Georgia's better than Indiana. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
Hey.
Alabama averaged 1.4 yards a rush. With all those running backs, dude. Ty Simpson got benched in this game, too, by the way. He got benched.
Does he enter the transfer portal tomorrow?
Well, I mean, after that, who would want him? He was 12 of 16 for 67 yards. Took him out. 38-3, dude. Holy cow.
If you get beat that bad, you shouldn't be allowed to play in the playoffs next year.
Yeah, there should be a relegation rule. Be like, you got to win it. You need to win a Cheez-Its Bowl before you can come back in. Like, you have to win a bowl. And that was actually, I'm pretty sure I saw a stat that was Indiana's first bowl win since 1991.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
So, pretty cool. And Pat Coogan, he was the player of the game, offensive player of the game. Awesome.
Center.
Love it.
He's a big center.
Yes. He was at Notre Dame.
Was he?
Yeah, he was at Notre Dame last year. He played in the national title game.
Right.
Well, currently, it's third quarter. Ole Miss is down 12-21, but they just got the ball back. I didn't even see what happened. That running back for Ole Miss is a stud, too. There's some good running backs in this game here. So, all right, dude. Let's update our power rankings of path to the playoff championship.
Tried to tell you.
Here's a list of the teams we power ranked.
You power ranked.
No, the committee. So once Texas A&M, JMU, Oklahoma were eliminated, and Tulane, those are the first 4 out. We re-ranked them as a committee, and we put Oregon at 8 and Miami at 7. Whoops. Alabama at 6. We should have put Alabama at 8. Holy cow. Ole Miss and Georgia at 5 and 4 because I thought this game was a toss-up. Indiana was at 3. That was a mistake. Should have put them at 1. And Texas Tech was at 1, and Ohio State was 2. And we might have got this. We might have messed up here a little bit.
Tried to tell you, dude. Georgia, number 1.
I did an apology video. No, not yeah. Well, yeah, because their path is probably easier compared to Indiana's. Indiana's got.
I literally sat there and told you that on the show when you put this out initially.
I had to do an apology video to this.
As you should. You can apologize to me right now if you want.
Accountability. I will not apologize to you. You should have been more convincing.
Check the tape.
Should be more convincing. B. McCormick's laughing at me. It's not a laughing matter. The committee's in shambles right now. Rank them literally the worst possible way you could. The worst two losses were Texas Tech and Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh. Shout out us for making sweet memes, too.
Oh.
Shout out us for making
game.
Oh! Spin move. Juke move. Hit the Jets, dude. Oh, that's bad. Shout out us for making. We got to switch this. We made a meme that was Tiger Woods on the green with John Daly. John Daly smoking a cigarette, looking at Tiger Woods, and on the back of Tiger Woods it says the SEC logo and 2-5 bowl record, and then John Daly on his belly it says 2-5 bowl record of the Mountain West. We need to update that to
2-6,
the Sun Belt Conference. No, because Texas won, so they're 3-6.
Oh,
or 3-7 maybe. So the Sun Belt's 3-6 too. So we got to update this meme. Also, shout out BYU Blue for this little delight here that says the SEC moves to 0-5 in its out of conference bowl games against Power 4 opponents and has a 0.389 out of conference bowl record winning percentage against Power 4 opponents over the last 2 seasons. Someone remind me why the SEC is still so mighty in the NIL era because of ESPN's cash cow. Shout out BYU Blue. Shout out the SEC is still losing games. Okay. It's incredible. I'm so happy. Nice. We got ourselves a game. I'm so happy that this college football playoff format is working and that everybody who's a quote unquote expert is getting their face kicked in with this because they get to sit up there and have Tennessee ranked all year long when it should have been maybe Washington or it should have been maybe Louisville or it should have been, Tennessee and Missouri. They rank them in the top 25 all year who have not beat a team with a winning record all year. And yet they rank them so high in the preseason that they can't keep dropping them as far as they want to. Like, they've made this plan bulletproof. You play hard games early. You lose those games in the SEC out of conference. You play your conference, which is a quote-unquote gauntlet. And, these conference records get inflated because they keep ranking teams like Missouri and Tennessee. And then at the end, you play somebody like Eastern Illinois and then get to play in the conference championship or just sit around and wait until they put you in a high-ranking bowl game. And it's this bulletproof plan they're trying to cover up as quickly as they can by saying we need to get rid of auto bids, we need to get rid of conferences, and just let us try to vote the best teams in. Well, I think this is going to be the nail in the coffin of them putting 5 SEC teams. There should not be more than 3 teams in per conference. Like,
it's not going to stop them from doing that.
But it should. That's the problem. It's like
because I think what they're going to tell you is that you can't base something off of bowl games because how many of the players that play the regular season are actually playing in those bowl games?
For anybody,
are they in the transfer portal? Are they opting out?
The coach
you
is
can't.
Gone.
Yeah, you can't look at a bowl record and say
what can you look
you
at
can't.
then?
You can justify this and you can't justify that because of the bowl record. Like, you can do that with the playoffs because the playoff teams are basically the only teams that have full rosters.
Except for Ole Miss, who doesn't have a coach.
Well, he is their new coach.
But that's part of the argument, though, is the games early don't matter because Texas should have got credit for losing to Ohio State. So the loss didn't matter there, but a loss later in the bowl season doesn't matter. So when do the losses matter?
Well, a loss at Florida matters. Games? That's what got Texas out, and they want everybody to forget that they lost to Florida.
Yeah, but I'm saying, the SEC conference schedule shouldn't hold any more weight than anybody else that we're finding out. Like, I get everybody's like, Iowa and Missouri only had one person that was sitting out. Like, Virginia had multiple people sitting out that were high-end players, just like Missouri did. So everybody's got players sitting out. Yeah. So it's like, when do the losses matter is the thing.
They want you to forget them. If I talk about the wins.
So they want you to look at their rankings and their records because they know more ball if so-and-so is playing on a neutral site, and look at these the recruiting rankings and the preseason rank, everything that isn't playing the damn game.
Yeah.
They don't want you to look at who's playing the games. Okay. quickly, bowl rundown, J-Bye. Michigan and Texas. Arch Manning. Now, look, I was watching Jason McIntyre's Twitter account who kept saying, these bowl games are exhibitions and they don't matter. And then he comes out 5 minutes later and says, Arch Manning is showing you why. Like, either the games don't matter or they do. You can't say that they don't matter when all your teams are losing and then give Arch Manning credit in a game that you just said didn't matter because it's an exhibition. So, shout out the Cheez-It Bowl. I got some pictures from the Cheez-It Bowl. We'll get to that in a minute. Any of these scores do it. Iowa beat Vanderbilt. That game was awesome. Diego Pavia lost.
Duke, Arizona State, awesome game.
Dude, Duke, Arizona State. I mean, the way Arizona State, dude, the way that they lost, the guy fumbled, and then Duke, they missed a fourth down and goal conversion. Duke did late in the game, and then they Arizona State got the ball back. They fumbled, and Duke got it again and went down and scored. It was incredible. That game was a light show, dude. And then Utah beat the brakes off of Nebraska.
I mean, Nebraska didn't even need to be in that game.
No, Nebraska, I don't know why they gave Matt Rule all that money, but the quarterback for Utah had like 500 total yards and like 5 touchdowns. He was going bananas.
Yeah, I mean, him and Arch Manning. Dude, Arch Manning, 155 yards rushing. Dan Pierre, 148 yards rushing.
Holy smokes.
Leading passer and rusher for their teams, respectively.
That's crazy. These games were fun though, for the most part. The Texas game, the ReliaQuest Bowl.
Yeah, I mean the Texas Michigan game didn't get out of hand until the fourth quarter.
And they were fun. Like, people are like, we got to stop having so many bowls. Shut up, dude. I'm gonna watch these bowls because I love picking these.
Well,
things.
My wife, I haven't watched as many bowls as I typically do. My wife was like, I feel like there's more football on than there is right now. I'm just like, there is, but you know, I'm with the bowls didn't excite me as much. So I, not that you don't do this, but I took the time to spend time with the fam instead of locking in on these games that I didn't necessarily care about. But yeah, I watched the Michigan Texas game. Like, that's two big time teams that you want to see what they're going to do. How is Michigan going to respond to all the allegations that are going on? And what Texas team is going to show up after they said that they should have been in the playoffs?
Oh my gosh, fake punt. We've seen 2 fake punts today.
How'd you get ahead of me?
I fast forwarded it.
Oh.
I don't. Sometimes my cable boxes just they stay delayed. I mean, how do you give up 34 points to Iowa, dude? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Vandy's played well, but I don't know. I'm not a big Pavia fan.
But these are teams they were saying should have been in. Vanderbilt should have been in. Who was the other one?
Yeah, but people that know ball knew they shouldn't have been in.
No. Is Bryce Underwood overrated?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say with I don't even know what Michigan has based on with everything going on up there. Michigan also didn't play hardly anybody this year.
Yeah.
So you never really got a full understanding of who they were. And especially after what happened with their coach, like how prepared were they? How prepared were they actually? Were they fully prepared for games that they were playing in? I don't know, based on things that are coming out about their coach.
Yep.
They'll be prepared next year. I'll tell you that.
Do what?
They'll be prepared next year.
Oh yeah, they got old Whittingham. And then the games from Tuesday, we had the Alamo Bowl, which was I went to bed before that ended, but I saw the highlight of the last play. The guy tiptoed down the sideline in overtime. That game was on 3rd and 20. TCU wins. Louisiana Tech beat Coastal.
Coastal didn't have a coach.
Hey, Illinois beat Tennessee. Let's go.
Field goal to win it.
Let's go, Illinois, dude. That was a Joey Aguilar season.
Did you see that play?
What just happened?
Jump pass.
Just go down, dude, before you get hurt. And then Illinois beating Tennessee. That game was fun to watch too. The Music City Bowl. Fun game, but Joey Aguilar.
Yeah.
Hey, we tried to warn you, Tennessee fans. B. McCormick, we tried to warn you. Okay. And then the game for Monday. Georgia Southern 29, our beloved App State 10. This was why would you even, like, every time I'm like, yes, you're going to get to watch App State, and then I watch them, I'm like, why would you even accept this bowl invite? That's the product you're going to put out there?
Well, you had a guy that played DB all year playing quarterback. That guy that was playing quarterback for us played
Wilson.
DB all year long.
Holy cow.
He came in as a quarterback. They moved him to DB because he wasn't going to play quarterback. And then our quarterbacks transferred, so they moved him back to quarterback for this game. They're like, well, you know, we should have given him a chance at quarterback. And it's just like,
what kind of Mickey Mouse operation are you running?
That's the thing with me is like, you know, you can go to these bowl games like what we were saying. It's like who's actually playing, who transferred, who's opting out, and it's just like for App, yes, we had opt outs, we had transfers, but the product on the field was solely coaching. It was just bad. It was just bad.
You have a standalone game during a holiday week, and everybody cuts the game on, and you're like, you accepted going out there and exposing yourself to the world with that product.
Yeah,
like that does more harm than good.
Yeah,
and then you lost to Georgia Southern again.
Yeah, 11 carries, 152 yards. They're running back. Got ran over.
Terrible.
We were down 13-7 at halftime. And I was like, okay, we're in this game. And then after halftime, we just came out completely flat. And it's just like, I don't know.
Sad.
I don't like blaming it on players. And it was, to me, it was coaching. And it's been coaching all year long. It's been the offense. The defense gets put in bad positions and they give up points, and the games look a lot worse than they are.
Supposed to be an offensive mind,
and that's what's most frustrating to me is, he's supposed to be an offensive guy, and the offense has been the issue the whole year. Are the concepts too hard for the players to learn? Why are you, as a guy who preaches NFL and says you have all these NFL connections, getting out coached offensively at the college level, at the G5 college level?
Yeah. It was just sad, dude. My kids even were like, App State's losing. I was like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They lost. What?
It's really driving me crazy because, like, I'll try to watch the games, and my wife is very supportive of me watching the games because of our history there. And it's like every time she steps in the room, she goes, you guys stink. And I'm just like, look, we're not Georgia. Like, you went to Georgia. I get that. But, like, come on.
Yeah, but we could have been. We could have been.
We were.
And everybody just makes excuses. We don't have the budget. We don't. Get the right people in the room and let us. When you go to hire a coach, talk to us. I can tell you that guy's a snake, dude. That guy sucks. I don't like that guy.
Yeah,
he's not for the boys.
We got fleeced.
We got fleeced. That's right. Shout out the Cheez-It Bowl. Some memorable moments from bowl season. They made an absolutely gigantic Trogdor the Burninator, massive king, or what's that show? Game of Thrones dragon.
I think those are toasty ones.
I guess so. Those suck. The extra toasty ones, get them out of here. They also made a Cheez-It crusted turkey leg at the Cheez-It Bowl.
Gross.
When food gets involved in bowl games like Cheez-Its or Pop-Tarts or Frosted Flakes, good things happen. I would eat this.
No. You can't tell me that toasty Cheez-Its suck and that you're going to eat this.
I would eat that. Not the regular Cheez-Its are really good. Nope. The extra toasty Cheez-Its suck. This sucker right here, Cheez-It encrusted turkey leg, I'm all on that. 100%. 100%. They also had a Cheez-It sampling bar. Look at this sucker.
I'm in on that.
That's nice. Couple of beers.
You know what's not bad is the Cheez-It mix. It's like a Chex mix, but Cheez-Its.
See, look at that. You got hot and spicy. You got extra cheesy, extra toasty. I got some good stuff there. This was an awesome from the Frosted Flakes Bowl, Duke and Arizona State. They put a big inflatable bowl of cereal in the end zone.
Yeah.
And this dude had one of the most iconic. He needs to get that picture frame. He scores a touchdown, runs over, does a backwards swan dive into the inflatable Frosted Flakes bowl of cereal.
Love that.
Incredible. Great move. And then I put this on there from Tennessee, the whatever bowl this was. I forget what it was. Tennessee's Jalen McMurray with a very real answer on bliss from Trey Wallace on playing in a bowl game through injury. He says, quote, I didn't want my teammates, even though I know they probably wouldn't think this, didn't want them thinking I quit on them.
Okay.
Get this.
Round of applause.
Make this guy president, Jalen McMurray. I don't know if you'll ever see this in your Music City Bowl, but to come out in this era and say that, you might make it. You might be on the NFL roster soon for somebody for having that type of attitude, dude. If not, whatever you do, you're gonna be.
Yep.
You're gonna be a dude moving forward. Shout out you.
Good on him.
And then Kirk Herbstreit, again, with the people who get to talk football for a living, hate football. It's evident. All they do is complain and try to give us less football. He says he raised concerns about too many bowl games at an ESPN seminar. You know what, Kirk Herbstreit? If you want to ruin the holiday season for millions of families around the world, like my dad and myself and my brothers, when we sit around and pick bowl games and then watch the bowl games and talk trash to each other, you go somewhere else, dude. Don't bring that up in here. Go lecture somebody else. I want all the bowl games, and I want them forever, and I want to pick these bowl games and then talk trash to my brothers and my dad and my mom and my sister and everybody whenever we're winning the bowl competition. If you want to get rid of that and take away the holiday fun and the Christmas cheer, get out of here. Agreed?
Yes.
Agreed. Go say that to your dog somewhere. Update on our bowl pick'em season. Don't look now, but your boy is hot. I'm back.
Uh-huh.
I am 6-5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 5. Okay. Tex is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how Tex picked way more games than us.
He did.
And we were alternating, but
yeah, you picked two less than him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
If you would have picked what he picked, we all would have picked the same.
So I'm 6-5. You were 7-5. So what is that? 13 and 10. Tex is 8-4.
5, 4, 5. So 14 and 8, 7 and 6 is
21.
17, 21 and 14.
Not bad. That's winning.
Yeah, we're 3-2.
Let's go. That's about right. That's about what we are, yeah. So we have a chance to end the season. Right now we'd be 53 and 36. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
Picking games? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Also, last college football note. This came from Reddit College Football, even though they want to block us and be a bunch of pansies about it for I have no idea why. It says, make the transfer portal random. It would immediately improve college football. Dylan Raiola decides to enter the transfer portal. Boom, he's playing for New Mexico State next season.
Love that.
Rename it to the sorting hat, and college football's fixed. Players who enter put their name in a pot, and every team in the country gets one random drawing per player that leaves their school via the sorting hat. You're welcome. As an aside, kickers and punters should be required to kick the ball with both feet at the same time instead of just one foot. Somebody said they should turn it into the college football red zone. Says turn it into the version of the NFL draft. UMass gets the first overall pick in the transfer portal draft.
Love that.
That'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
But you would have a lot of Eli Manning type situations.
Yes.
I'm not playing for them.
Can you imagine? Well, I mean that would solve. Hey, that would really increase some parity going on. There's thousands of kids in the transfer portal already.
I do think, I mean, NFL hasn't figured out the parity thing, and I do think that college needs to figure out a little bit better way to get
They just
more
need
parity.
some structure. They need a few. They need to change some time.
They
periods.
need a governing body, is
Yeah.
what they need. Like their
They need
governing
it
body is
specifically for
ESPN
football.
right now.
They need it for football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a hell of a play. Holy cow. What a play. But anyways, that was a fun little note. Let's hit. I just think it's not that hard. You need to make like 3 or 4 tweaks. Fix the transfer portal window, fix the coaches being able to leave window, and be like, hey, during the season, it's a dead period. You can't do anything. And if you do, we're gonna fine you.
Yeah.
If you do, there's gonna be a penalty. You have to sit out a year. Wait until the season is done, and then do all your stuff you want to do, and then let it be. Like that's just my opinion. And then we got to fix he's got to stop running backwards. Holy cow. Oh!
You got to. I was a play ahead of you. Now you got to play ahead of me.
Sorry, I need to pause it for a second. That was freaking ridiculous, dude. Trinidad Chambliss is out there running around all over the place.
Josh
But anyway,
Allen.
crazy. All right.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Let's talk a little bit about this weekend.
Football. Yay.
What were you about to say? What were you about to say?
Nothing. I was watching the game.
I thought you said, can I?
Nah.
Anyways, this weekend, we got playoff games going tonight. We're going to get some more bowl games tomorrow. And then Saturday, NFL Saturday. Okay? Massive playoff implications for the NFC South. Massive playoff implications in the NFC West. Massive playoff implications in the AFC North. On your screen, if you can't see it on the podcast, we've got 4 games. We've made a graphic. We love graphics. It says playoff push NFL Week 18. We have the Panthers and the Bucs, Seahawks, Niners, Saints, Falcons, Ravens, Steelers. J-Vi, looking at this, are these the 4 most important games of the NFL weekend? If so, rank them in your order of interest.
They're definitely the most important because they're really the only games that have anything on the line. I mean, there's a couple seeding things that are going on with the AFC, but they're like the Chargers are sitting people.
Yeah.
So the Chargers are trying to get the 7 seed. The Chargers would rather get the 7 seed and go to New England than get
Stop. You need to watch this play.
Get the 6 seed and play Jacksonville. So, there's a little bit of that going on. But as far as big games, oh, my goodness.
You see that throw on the run by Chambliss? Holy smokes.
As far as big games, these are the 4 biggest games of the season. And honestly, the best game that is going to, the Niners-Seahawks game is going to be the best game. Do we really want to watch a Aaron Rodgers versus a Tyler Huntley or a hurt Lamar?
Lamar said he's playing, supposedly.
And the Panthers have just been so up and down. Like, they've won one, lost one, like back and forth since week 12. So they're technically supposed to win this week based on how they've been playing. And the Bucs have lost 6 of 7 or 7 of 8. Like they say they got everybody back, but is Baker hurt? Is Baker playing injured? I don't know. It's just
they're 1-7 in their last 8 games. They look awful.
I just don't like as much as that's on the line for that game. I'm okay if I don't see the whole game. Whereas I probably want to be locked in for that Niners Seahawks game.
It's supposed to be a little bit rainy from what I've seen, supposedly. I don't know if Trent Williams is going to play either in that Saturday night game for the Niners, but that the backup guy came in and did pretty good. They said he's been taking reps with the ones because Trent Williams gets an off day during the week. So,
yeah.
Can we make a motion to let the winner of the Saints and Falcons in the playoffs instead of we should have at least one game where the fans vote and be like, hey, instead of Bucs Panthers being it, well, you know what? Don't tell that to Sam. Don't tell that to Smoney.
Yeah.
But the Falcons and the Saints game is going to be awesome because Tyler Shuck's playing out of his damn mind, and the Saints have won like 5 games in a row, and the Falcons have won 3 games in a row. They just beat the Rams.
Yeah.
That game's going to be awesome.
Kirk's making himself some money. He's not an
Oh,
idiot.
100%. But this we have a birthday party to go to Saturday, I think around 3. So I think go there and then come back and keep up with the game, the Panthers Bucs game on my phone.
Yeah, we're doing Christmas with my family, so it's like we're gonna be driving home during that game. But it's
okay.
We'll,
You can still turn it on the radio or have it playing somewhere in the car, but you don't have to be locked in. You know what I mean?
right.
That's like a get what you need to
I
get
just
done
don't
out
know
of
if
the way.
I'd be locked in on that game Saturday on a 4:00, like if it's not the Bills playing.
Yeah. It's playoff game basically. But really it's not, because if the Falcons win, it doesn't matter what happens in that game. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win that Panthers and Bucs game. There's I don't even know what the weather is, but conventional wisdom would say so. Even if the Bucs win and the Falcons win,
the Panthers
still get it.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so random.
So it's like, the Bucs. Hey, they need to make shirts. Bucs for Shuck.
The Bucs. The
Tampa Bay
Bucs,
Shuccaneers.
The Bucs could be feeling good about themselves for like 24 hours.
Yes,
or
I'm telling
really
you,
less than that.
Somebody who listens to the show who makes shirts, the Tampa Bay Shuccaneers. You want to watch Part of My Take and some of these shows come up, we're going to tweet that out immediately after the show. We got to get on that. Tampa Bay Shuccaneers. And then, dude, this is like, we need to make the GIF too or the meme too of the handshake. The two dudes doing their biceps.
Yes.
And be like Bucs, Saints on one version of it, Falcons, Panthers on the other version of it. Because that's what has to happen, right? Like, you've got to cross them and be like, Bucs need the Saints, Panthers need the Falcons. Make some sort of alliance meme. That's what we need to do.
It would be interesting to see how the Panthers celebrate a division championship if they lose the game and the Falcons win on Sunday. Because, like, the team probably won't even be together.
What is it, 95 that goes all the way down to it?
Yeah.
They'd get like I don't know. I'm excited about the Saturday night game. I told my wife the other day, I was like, man, I haven't been this jacked up about a 49ers game in a long time, probably since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, they got a chance to not have to go on the road at all for the rest of the season.
You get that feeling when you start getting like a big game.
Yeah.
Which is the dumbest thing ever, because it's like I feel like I'm too old to kind of feel that, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel good that I do feel that.
Yeah.
Like,
you got to have feeling.
It still means that much to me to watch the Niners and Brock Purdy. And how the hell are they playing for the 1 seed?
Yeah.
Like, I called it, though. I told you I got to go find that clip. It's at 13-4.
Episode 338, AK Niners get the 1 seed. Right there.
I told you. But I called it way earlier than that when we did our predictions for the NFC West. We all went through we go through our team schedule. So, and then that's the Sunday night game, like you were saying. It's in Pittsburgh. Who wins? If you had to pick a parlay, give me a money line parlay out of these 4.
Panthers, Niners, Falcons, Steelers.
Really? You think the Steelers are going to win?
Steelers just have Lamar's number. I mean, even when he's healthy, the Steelers find a way to beat Lamar.
If he comes back and they lose, like, you could go 2 different ways with this. Like, if they lose,
is this a fire the coach game
for the AFC North?
Yeah.
Is this the last time we see these two coaching against each other game?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If one of these teams doesn't make the playoffs, is it time to move on from that coach?
I love that.
Because both of these teams should be playoff teams.
The Ravens and the Steelers?
Yeah. With Lamar Jackson, there's no reason. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, there's no reason that the Ravens shouldn't be in the playoffs every single year.
Well, and
with the Steelers defense and Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, I don't care how old he is, there's no reason the Steelers shouldn't be in the playoffs.
So preseason, you had the Steelers had the most expensive defense, and by every single expert, they rated the Baltimore Ravens as the best roster in football.
Yeah.
And here they are playing an elimination game on week 18.
Yeah. They are the Panthers and the Bucs. They're doing the exact same thing.
Dude, I wish the Bengals and the Browns were playing for that would be incredible.
Yes.
That would if the Bengals and the Browns were playing for something crazy. So the Falcons are favored, the Baltimore Ravens are favored, and the Bucs are favored, and the Seahawks are favored. That's crazy that the Seahawks are favored. They not know Sam Darnold in big games. They don't know that the Niners beat them in Seattle earlier. What is the deal with the Seahawks? You're an unbiased party here. What's the deal?
Well, I think JSN is really good. I think Sam Darnold gets the ball out pretty quickly. They have two good running backs, and they have a good defense. I think their defense carries them. Their defense allows Sam Darnold to be a little risky, which I think is good. Like, he's one of those guys that needs to be a little risky, even though, like, you don't think of him as being risky because he's not running around like Josh Allen. But he makes some risky throws, and I think he needs that, and that defense allows him to do that because they're able to force some turnovers. But, yeah, I mean, are people thinking he got over the hump when he came back against the Rams? I don't know. But, again, I think the Seahawks are one of those teams. How many games have they won in a row?
Yeah.
Can they continue this for, 4 more games? 3 more games if they win Saturday night? I think, though, with them scheduling, because I would have bet my last dollar that the Seahawks-Niners game would have been the Sunday night game.
Oh, me too. I thought they screwed them both.
Well, what I think that tells you is that the winner of the 4:00 game plays the loser of the 8:00 game on Saturday. Next Saturday, they as a wild card game. They both get a week to prepare. And then the Jaguars will play probably the Bills on Saturday next week as the 2 wild card games.
That'd be a hell of a game. Ooh.
Fourth down.
AKC series says, Happy New Year, boys. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's.
App State hasn't lost this year.
Nope.
Undefeated.
J-Va hasn't missed a bet this year either.
Facts. These are the 4 biggest Sunday or NFL games this weekend. Oh, I just happened to throw this in there. Brock Purdy since week 11, 6-0. That's second. Completion percentage, 71. That's second. Total touchdowns, 19. That's second. Passer rating, 111.5. That's first. First in the league in points per game. Also, you're off the hook because Matt Stafford against the Falcons had this beauty of a picture.
God, is he Will Levis? Is that Will Levis?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, is that Will Levis? Matt Stafford threw a pick 6, or he threw 2 pick 6s. I don't know. He threw 3 interceptions or whatever against the Rams or against the Falcons. That was hilarious. All-time uniform. I love those uniforms by the Falcons, by the way.
Yeah.
And also, if you're the Chargers, I saw this and I just immediately busted out laughing. I was like, who the hell is going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a finalist for the Chargers?
That quarterback.
And it was Drew Brees. I'm like, dude, you can't. That's like Brett Favre when he got drafted by the Falcons. You can't do that.
That's like the Charlotte Hornets claiming they had Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Because they drafted him.
You got rid of him. You kicked him out, basically. I don't know if this was a joke or I
do. Take credit when credit's due.
Cowboys waived Trayvon Diggs, so I think the Packers
got him.
I thought the Niners might have put a bid in, but they got Renardo Green back this week. So
their Packers are worse than the Niners. So if they did, they wouldn't have gotten him.
True. Bad
day to be a Diggs family member.
Yeah, not a good weekend.
No,
not a good weekend. All right, let's. It's hang the banners, right?
Is it?
How dare you? I forgot. It's how dare you. I knew it.
Good.
I knew it.
Good.
Everybody
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare me? How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? You're gross.
How dare you?
How dare use? Whoops. This is brought to you by Fourth Quarter Performance, fourthquarterperformance.com, promo code GOATS20. New year, new you. Go get your supplements, creatine, protein, BCAAs, super greens. Don't waste time. We're actually in the middle of a month challenge. Let's go. And also, thank you to Georgia and Ole Miss for giving us this beauty of a game on Thursday night. Absolute barn burner. Let's go. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I'm going to how dare a situation. It's a situation that happened last night. We took off one of the sides of the crib for our son because he's going to try to start sleeping.
Big boy. Big boy.
Yeah, he's going to be like in a big boy bed, even though it's still his crib. It just only has 3 sides, so he can get out if he wants. And he's already fallen out trying to sleep. But anyways, last night was New Year's, so we have our daughter and him in the same room. And my daughter, she's got 1,000 stuffed animals on her bed, but like one little blanket that she uses. Well, it was the fireworks were going off, so she got scared. So she came into our room. Well, because she came into our room, I decided to go sleep in her bed because I didn't want my son to be in there. And if he can get out and walk around, there's no telling what the hell's going to happen. That blanket didn't fit me. And I could not find another blanket. So I got to how dare the situation because I went back to a college apartment when you're at your buddy's place and you're sleeping on the couch or you're sleeping somewhere at your buddy's place.
Trying to get a bath towel, anything.
Dude, and it is so cold. I was covering my feet with pillows and stuffed animals, and like the blanket only went to my shins. It was like the worst experience of my life. I was up like every single hour, like freezing. I'd finally go in and ask my wife, I was like, where's another blanket? Like, I was freezing. And I was just like covering myself up with props, trying to stay warm.
Dude, I love like sleeping I love to like be with the kids whenever I'm sleeping, like the cuddles and all that stuff. But their beds suck, man. I got to talk to my wife and be like, we got to get them better beds.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to fall asleep in there reading books and stuff, like I can't be waking up with my hips hurting and my feet going numb and all that stuff. Like, because the thing sinks in. Buddy, I'm telling you right now, Ole Miss is they might be team. Is it Ole Miss, Indiana teams of destiny?
Got
ourselves a teams of destiny off right now?
Guess so.
Let's go. 9 minutes to go. Ole Miss up 33-24. I don't know why Georgia went for that 4th down. That was interesting. My how dare you goes to Marty Smith. Actually, just the internet. But you know what? Not Marty. Marty's cool. But we had this tweet that went bacterial. I didn't think anything of it. Like I'll go into comments of prominent figures in the sports world and just spout off nonsense and jokes. You never know what's going to take. Marty Smith said, "Y'all help me. Is there a Twitter setting that allows real-time updates and not tweets from 17 hours ago?" And all I said underneath was not sure, but I'm sure you'll see it 17 hours from now or someone does have an answer. I had no idea that people thought that was this funny. Like, I didn't think it was that day. I just was like,
yeah, he's making a joke. Like,
the amount of tweets and quote tweets that this thing got and likes was just outrageous. And bookmarks, like who bookmarks a
yeah.
Unbelievable, dude. So how dare the internet I have no idea how the internet works.
Yeah.
So whatever. But anyways. That was a fun episode, dude. We talked all the football. I don't think we're gonna make it to the end of this whole. There's probably like 30 minutes of game left in this whole.
Down 10.
Yeah. Georgia's down 10. That's where we'll leave it.
Georgia was down 9 with like 6 minutes left when they played them earlier in the season.
Georgia can play. There's no doubt they can score.
12 for 12 in the second half. Wow, good for him.
Who was Trinidad Chambliss?
Yeah, and I was telling my wife, I'm like, as much as everybody wants to bitch and complain about the transfer portal and NIL and stuff, I'm like, there are stories like him that it works.
Yeah,
he played 4 years Division II, won a national championship, and decided to try to play against better competition.
D1 offers coming out of
and
school.
he's doing it. Like, good for him. Good for him.
Changed his life. Like, he's going to get some NFL looks. Like,
Yeah.
you know, man, Georgia has -2 fourth quarter yards.
Wow.
Incredible. Is LSU upset with themselves right now that they got the wrong coach? This is incredible. Like, LSU.
Well, LSU's probably pissed because if they're having to pay Lane Kiffin's bonuses.
Yeah. I forgot about that. But all right. Appreciate a happy New Year, everybody.
Flag.
Love talking football with everybody. Go subscribe, like the podcast, like the videos. Appreciate everybody tuning in the chat. B. McCormick, you're the GOAT. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Good Pods, Amazon, anywhere you find your podcast, all the social medias. Come yell at us there. I got to we have a Facebook page too. I got to update this thing. Blame it. But at the Millie Goats, anywhere you find all your social medias, just type that in. We'll be there.
Except Twitter.
And we'll see you Saturday night for maybe the final NFL Pick'em show, which is going to be a hard one because there's not anybody playing. So we try to cap it off with.
And it's during the middle of the game.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do it after. There's no way I'm going to be able to. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell Jay Bones, like, look, dude, we're going to have to late night this thing and
And
rapid
it's going to be a reaction show.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. So, what music do we want to hit on the way out?
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
We love football.
Go Bill.
Go Niners. Let's go.